If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch. There you are, dear listener. Buy our merch indeed, and a child shall lead them to buy our merch. All right, you guys, we are on the DJ Revo birthday stream, as you well know. The next song on our extensive list tonight is the same. Did you type that out phonetically?
I don't know.
Okay. Sio, Taiji, and Boys, and the song is called I Know.
Your chair is on the cord. Just... There you go.
All right, so Sinha was largely unsuccessful in the mainstream market, which caused the band to break up and go on a hiatus.
No.
Seo Taj grew up interested in Jack New Swing hip-hop that was happening at the time and got dance lessons from Yang Hyung-suk, a.k.a. Yangun. Seo Taiji played for Yang Hang-sung some songs that he had been working on. Apologies, I'm not trying to read these poorly. It's just not my language. Seo Taj played for Yang Husuk some songs that had been working on, and they decided to form a group with adding a third member, Lee Juno. They were able to get featured on a TV show on April 11th, 1992, and a show where judges rated music. And this was the song that they played. The judges rated the song negatively and may have even had them on the show as a joke. The song took off in popularity as it was a massive hit. Cool. Keeping the #1 position for 17 weeks. This group is considered the dividing line between the older generation and the new generation in terms of culture. The Generation X at the time was exploring their new freedoms by exploring different styles of clothes, music, and so forth that had been denied to the older generations, especially as the freedom allowed them to travel to other countries that had been restricted on it's allowed them to travel to other countries that had been restricted in the dictatorship era. This song ended up winning awards at the Korean End of the Year Awards show. The song samples Public Enemy's Bring the Noise, of which you reacted to, an Anthrax cover, and Change the Beat by Beside of 1982. There were other attempts at making Western pop in Korea, but this is considered... but this is the song that finally broke through and ultimately created K-pop. Oh, wow! And it was brought on as a joke, maybe. That's crazy. The youngest
they
was
brought
20.
him onto the show as a joke. It's one of those American Idol situations.
Maybe the judges rated the song so negatively, it may have even had them on the show as a joke. Okay, so the youngest is 20 and the oldest is 25. Funny enough, Seo Taiji is the youngest, and the Korean title for this group is Seo Taiji and Kids. but the other two are actually older than him, which led jokes that the group should actually be called Tio, Taja, and the Adults. Because they're older than him,
What's
not
his name?
kids.
Sal?
Yeah.
Sal, Taji, and the adults and the kids.
All right, you guys, let's go. Let's check this one out. The name of the song is called I Know.
Sorry for the frame rate, guys.
What is it that you know?
There's nothing wrong with your computer. We're just a little, we're chippy.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to like fix your cache or something like that, it's a lost cause. Here we go. Seo Taji and the boys, or Seo Taji and the adults. What's the name of the song? I Know. Here we go.
I Know.
I Know. Let's check it out, dear listener. We got the lyrics on the screen in Korean and in English. Let's go. Sounds very 90s. Very 90s. Oh man, this is bringing back memories.
East Coast?
He could be saying East Coast. That's funny. What
난
year is it?
알아요 이 밤이 흐르고 흐르면 누군가가 나를 떠나버려야 한다는 그 사실을 그 이유를 이제는 나도 알 수가 있어요 사랑을 한다는 말을 못했어 어쨌거나 지금은 너무 늦어버렸어 그때 나는 무엇 하고 있었나 그 미소는 너무 아름다웠어
Whoa. Oh, there's some rap metal here.
난 정말 그대만을 좋아했어 나에게 이런 슬픔 안겨주는 그대여 제발 이별만은 말하지 말아요 나에겐 오직 그대만이 전부였잖아 그대여 가지 마세요 나를 정말 떠나가나요 그대여 가지 마세요 나는 지금 울잖아요
I like it.
난 알아요 이 밤이 흐르면 유유유 그대 떠나는 모습을 위로하고 마지막 키스의 슬픈 마음 정말 떠나는가 사랑을 하고 싶어 너의 모든 향기 내 몸속에 젖어있는 너의 많은 숨결 그 미소 그 눈물 그 알 수 없는 만큼의 마음 그리고 또 만큼의 마음 어렵다는 편지는 쓰지 않아도 돼 너의 실한 모습을 바라보고 있어요 아직도 마음속에 내가 있나요 라는 그대의 영원한 난 정말 그대만을 좋아했어 나에게 이런 슬픔 안겨주는 그대여 그대여 가지 마세요 나를 정말 떠나가나요 그대여 가지 마세요 나는 지금 울잖아요 그대여 가지 마세요 나를 정말 떠나가나요 그대여 가지 마세요 나는 지금 울잖아요
Our Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
Oh,
Okay, that was I Know by Seo, Taiji, and the boys. And
yes.
the kids, really the adults, because they were older than him,
The
mashallah.
adults.
Welcome back. Okay, so we got the lyrics here. What do you, I was going to say, what do you think the song's about? I think what the song's about is pretty self-explanatory, dear listener.
Then let's read the lyrics.
So this is at 90s, this is like that early 90s hip-hop.
That 90s sound, man.
Is that my coffee?
Yep.
That 90s early hip-hop / R&B style that you're saying, you weren't
No, by the
hearing
time
that
I
shit when you
experienced
grew
it,
up.
I was almost 20. But I still did hear it.
Shit was already played out by the time you were born.
Yep.
That shit is crazy to me, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, like this was exactly the template. Even the little like those little like tinsely sounds in between there. It was just perfect. And then like them saying East Coast was adorable. Because they were really saying East Coast because they were influenced by Public Enemy, which obviously Public Enemy would be an East Coast rap group. Okay. So you'd say East Coast. Like the East Coast West stuff didn't pop off till about 3 or 4 years after this. The East Coast West Coast beef in hip hop in America started about 95-ish.
Really? Oh, so they were just saying that because of their own experiences? It had nothing to do with...
No, they were just saying it because Public Enemy was repping the East Coast and they were very influenced by hip hop. It's metal kind of evolved. Like you listen to a lot of these old school European bands. It's like, there is some metal there. Even like Helter Skelter. But rap as a genre is like almost like 100% distinctly exclusively American as far as like the origins of the art form. There used to be a form of actual rhyming, rap battling in the Arab Peninsula around the time of Muhammad, actually.
Really?
Yeah, so poets were massively were important. As a matter of fact, a lot of the Quran, because that's how a lot of these people communicated. Like that's how they didn't have CNN and whatever, so they would tell you what happened, like in major events in poetry. And it eventually got to the point where they would start battling each other. Like if you listen to Yasser Qadi's,
cool.
If you listen to Bach and Ba and all this, so they would go like back and forth doing some hip hop shit. It would be modern day rap, and the Arabic was very tight rhyme schemes and all that shit. But like hip hop as a genre, like this whole style, like is distinctly American, man. Like it's not like, like you could find this European group or like the proto hip hop group. Like that was like straight gutter shit. And I'm very, very, very proud of that because like living in the Bronx, like that's where it started.
I bet.
Like I was like literally like standing in the place where like hip hop was born on the streets at night. You know what I'm saying? These dudes were dancing around and shit, all types of shit. Like cops used to come after them in daytime. The cops would leave them alone at nighttime, so they'd all be out there congregating at night. I mean, some of those guys were dirty. Some, it was, but like they'd all congregate at night, and they would just go, and then boom, like this entire genre gets created. So,
So is this a breakup song?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a breakup song. But here's the thing, like these guys are really good singers. I don't know if it's like they have a really good producer, but these dudes are legit talented. Like you could tell vocally that they know what they're doing. So, and it was catchy. But see, that was the thing about 90s rap, 90s like hip hop, because you had like the energetic beat where like you could imagine the person at the gym with the neon headband, the girl with all the neon colors and shit doing a little like
the like one piece bathing suit on top of the leggings, not sure what's going on with the belt.
Right.
Sure.
Like okay, socks. So Brazilian rap is probably they're not Hungarian. There's this Dutch rapper that I really like. Like he wrote a song. I wrote a rap song for Sori, basically with that mindset of this like this Dutch dude who is a rapper. He did such a good job. It's the one where the Ik Ben Here one, where he's on the bench and the girl is rapping to him while he's on the bench. Yeah. So like when I wrote that,
really?
When I wrote that song, like
that's
that
right.
was like the thing, like But then the way that he did it was like insane. Like it was straight up hip hop. Like that's one thing about hip hop I will say as a genre is like it's the easiest thing to pick up. Like on guitar, you have to practice. You got to pick up an instrument and practice for hours and hours and hours. I'm like working on a solo for a week. Like to get it perfect, you have to practice a lot. I'm like, like it's like a 2-minute solo. If I fuck up once, you start all the way from the beginning. It's an extremely arduous task.
Yeah, and there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of notes.
Yeah, and the other thing,
in a very short amount of time.
The other thing about guitar is that if you make bad habits, like for example, like my guitar guy, like I had a guitar teacher for 3 months. He's like, Vin, use your pinky. Do not use your and like it. He was a dick about it, but. Then I got into band practice one time with this dude, and like you could tell that he had trained himself to cheat and not use his pinky, and because of that, he was absolutely limited. Whereas with hip hop, you can literally work on your craft as a hip hop person for like almost the entire day. Like I would go from school to this is how I learned to like rap without writing because I always had my pen missing. You know what I'm saying? Because, I lose everything. And so, like, I would have to come up with the rap from, like, 149 Grand Concourse all the way to, the last stop on the 5 Dyer Avenue. You don't know any of this stuff. But
it was a long ways. You had to memorize it.
And so, like, you could recite raps in your mind. You can call on raps from other groups and, like, you can do more things with hip hop as far as like perfecting the craft because you can literally do it 24/7. Whereas guitar, it's not like that. You got to have the instruments. You got to have a good. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really practice. Whereas with hip hop, I just think it's like as long as you can. And again, like the times kind of dictate because like and then there's a little bit of dancing, but they did have some metal in there, which was pretty crazy for 1992 because that was like a legitimate metal riff that they kind of threw in there that I really, really, really loved. Really loved.
Yeah. I was, and you pointed something out about it, like at that point when they pulled out the metal. But I think I'm curious to hear your stuff when it gets the drums, like because it's got like more completed stuff, like when it has all the extra stuff added into it. I'm very curious to see how yours is gonna the final sound of it because like that you had their guitar sound and it was moving really quickly like your stuff does, and then they had all the added stuff around it. It sounded good. So I'm curious to see how yours is gonna end up.
I'm waiting for the Vin guitar noodling live stream. You're gonna die, Chris, waiting for that shit.
What was it?
Guitar noodling, like I'm not that guy.
Why?
I'd show you. Well, we're gonna show the patrons. We'll probably do like a 48-hour thing where the patrons get it first, but we'll publish the video. The video's done. Everything's live. It's literally just me, doing that guitar.
It's great.
She thinks it's great, but it's weak as hell. Okay, so this is a relationship song. She's leaving. I really liked you. Only you. You brought me so much sadness. You who brought me so much sadness. Stop. I know when this night passes. Yo. Look, he said yo. Like, again, like, this is some shit where it's like, I don't want to be condescending, but it's like, where are you coming from with yo, bro? Like, it's just, it's so crazy to me, like, to see this genre, like, across the world and to see people adopt phraseology that you came up with. It's just insane.
That's got to be pretty crazy.
It's just a crazy, crazy feeling. Like,
yeah, the other thing too that's interesting is like these people we're hearing like that they were oppressed, and then we also know that black people were oppressed in this country. So it's interesting that like, both parties are.
It's an accessible. It's an accessible art form, and that's why it's like you have to give it to a guy like Eminem. Like, I understand it's our thing, he's a guest in our house, whatever. But the guy, he did feel, maybe not systemic oppression, but he was poor, and so like that's what I said about hip hop. Like, it gives you like this kind of DIY. Like, everybody literally has a voice, because even if you're trash at rapping, if you keep going, you will get good. You will get there will be a crazy improvement like just 2 months of like serious dedication to the craft, like you will get better and you will do well. Like guitar is a completely different monster. Guitar will fuck you up. Like guitar will kick your ass. Like, because you'll hear something like, oh, okay, this is how it's supposed to sound. Or you'll hear something in your head like, oh, this is how it's supposed to sound. But that translation, there's so much that gets lost in translation between what you hear in your head and what translates on guitar.
Really?
The better and better you get, the closer you can bridge that gap.
Yeah.
Whereas with hip hop, it's like, you want to talk about this. You want to talk about the breakup. You want to talk about what it's like to live in a trailer park. You want to talk about what it's like to be, you know, whatever. You can keep ruminating on things and you know, and then things that just come at you. You know, like Most High made me like Samson, strong, black, handsome. Keep the trigger figure ready on that handgun. Keep the red beam steady on that Klansman. We're about to catch a murder charge. I'm on that man one. Like, you get so good at it. And I felt like these guys, they could really rap. Mm-hmm. Like I really feel like these guys, because remember, this was 1992, right? So this is like 90s hip hop, and these guys, I'm sorry, in my opinion, they could hold a pretty. I listened to a lot of 90s hip hop because I was such an active kid, and so like I'd be inside and like my mom would be like, you need to burn off the energy. She'd bring me downstairs, put on like New Kids on the Block or MC Hammer or whatever, and blast the shit, and she'd have me run, do push-ups, all types of shit that like burn myself out, burn off the excess energy.
Yep.
I'm telling you, this band, this group of guys, like they could have hung with any hip hop act in America.
Oh,
like,
wow.
They were that.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I mean, it's dated. It sounds exactly like 1992, but I promise you, like, as far as the music that was out at the time, these guys could have hung with them for sure. And like, I'm proud of that. I think there's a lot of...
Wow, that's a giant compliment to
there's people that will probably be offended by that, but I'm proud that, like, people from all across the world can, like, study the art form. And they were giving out props. They were saying East Coast. They were saying, all that shit.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like
it was
biting
all
off somebody's
love.
style and not, like, giving them credit for it. I mean, we've known that's happened a bunch of times. People have come up with dances, and then other people stole those dances and popularized them and got money off them.
Yep.
But like these people are giving them a shout out, saying that, you know, they're letting us know where it came from.
I agree,
and I think that's important.
That's why I can't stand like the cultural appropriation bullshit. That's one of those things to me where I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, come on, like you should be proud.
Yeah, I always
you should be
thought
proud.
that way. Yeah,
There's a difference between like Elvis stealing somebody's song, like that's stealing from somebody.
Right.
But like if you look at a culture and you admire that culture so much that you adopt their aesthetic or you adopt their music, that's the highest honor you could pay to that culture. Yeah. Like I'm a Bronx kid being like, damn, look what my folks did. Like this shit went across the world, and these Korean folks, they're doing this. They're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud of that. I don't that was one of those things I never understood, man. The whole cultural appropriation bullshit. Like, it's cultural. Why can't it be cultural celebration?
Yeah.
Why can't it be the Koreans are celebrating our culture? Like, you know what I'm, and that's a very specific sort of niche.
Yeah.
Within American culture, man. Like, shout out to the Koreans for that. Good job at the appropriation, whatever that means. You're supposed to feel bad about. This song I like better than the other song, and the little metal thing in the middle kind of like brought it up too. I wish they would have explored that a little bit more. Like that would have been really badass.
Well, we've got a bunch of songs by them, so they might have.
They could have had a real like cult classic banger if they would have added some of the hip hop into that shit.
Yeah.
Anybody remember the first?
Oh, no, what?
Anybody remember the first freestyling rap song? Thank you, John Lennon.
Of course.
On that note, this is a 9.4 for me.
9 even for me.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We shall return. Cultural appreciation, dear listener. We're coming back. That was a good one, Ben. We shall return on the other side of the break. Let's go. Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Go.